All right, my friends, welcome back to Salt City Counseling. Once again, my name is Scott Carter, and I'm a licensed therapist here in the state of Utah where winter continues to march on. It's nearly April, and it's still snowing. I haven't seen a winter like this in decades, but that's irrelevant to the topic at hand. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that's kind of difficult and sensitive, and so it is a tough topic, but it's an important one. It has to do with suicide, it has to do with self-deleting. And I was having this conversation yesterday with some folks. They found it to be interesting and helpful and important. And I thought, why not? Why not make a short video on this? And it really, again, has a lot to do with the topic of suicide and just kind of people ending their lives. And really, so the title of this video is going to be how to support somebody, supporting people who are struggling with suicide. Because quite frankly, I find that the vast majority of people these days are not very good at helping people on an emotional or supportive level. And so this is going to tie into everything that I talk about. What is helpful, what is not helpful. And actually supporting somebody that is struggling with suicide is far more simple and easy than you might actually think. I honestly find and believe that most people do not get the help and support that they need or that they're seeking, primarily because, well, most people overcomplicate it. They overthink it. Really, truly, I think that you'll find by the end of this video that helping someone and supporting someone who is suicidal or struggling with suicide is a lot more simple and easy than you might think. So this originally came onto my radar because I was talking to a coach, like a life coach, and she had mentioned that she had a client who was struggling with this, who was suicidal, who was struggling with suicide. And she mentioned to me, she said, I know as a coach I'm not supposed to be talking to them about suicide, but he was in a really bad way. And I stopped her and I said, no. Let's really and this is one of the points that I want to make today in this video. Let's get something really super clear. I believe that one of the reasons of many reasons that we have such a suicide epidemic on our hands in the U.S. And Western cultures is partially because people don't support each other enough, and that there's this misnomer, there's this myth, there's this BS idea and belief that's running amok that unless you're a therapist, you're not qualified to have these conversations with somebody. And my answer and response to her was simply this: yes, you should. You absolutely should have that conversation with that person. If they are struggling, if they're desperate, if they're on the edge, if they're on the verge of going through with it, and you might be the last person that they decide to talk to that day before they go through with it. And if what they hear from you, excuse me, is, oh, I'm not a therapist, go talk to a therapist about it. That might honestly send them over the edge and them just being like, you know what, it's hopeless. That might honestly plunge them into complete and total despair and cause them to just give up entirely because they can't even turn to like a life coach for help and support in that area, right? So I told her, I was like, yes, you absolutely should be having that conversation with people. And that goes for everybody. If someone that you know, someone that you are interacting with, or someone that you care about, someone in your life, whatever your relationship is with them, if they're struggling with suicide, yes, you absolutely should talk to them. You absolutely should support them. You absolutely should not hold back. For crying out loud. I mean, it's this, we have this crazy paradigm going around that, well, unless you're a qualified professional, you shouldn't be having a conversation with someone about suicide. It's nonsense. It's crazy nonsense. Like the government is trying to start this suicide hotline. It's like a 988 number or something for suicide. And I've had people in my life be like, oh, what good news, right? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't think it's that good of a news because government-run things are a disaster. A lot of people have called suicide hotlines and had very, very poor, lousy experiences, did not get the help or the support that they actually needed. And it's unfortunate that a hotline is needed because we don't do a good enough job of just supporting ourselves and each other. I wish that I don't want to have to. Here's what I'm trying to say. I wish that we did not need something like a suicide hotline, that we just were good enough at supporting each other ourselves and each other in time of need, and so that thereby eliminating any need or purpose of a suicide hotline. And that's what that's really what this video is about: how to really help and support people who are struggling with this. So again, first off here, human beings these days, no offense, y'all, nothing personal, are really lousy at actually helping each other. And here's why. Is that everybody is trying to provide a fix or a solution. If somebody comes to you, or if someone's talking to you and they're struggling with this, they're not looking for a fix. They're not looking for a solution. They're not looking for you to tell them what to do to fix it. That's not what they need. We need human connection, and that's what they're searching for. That's what they're looking for. So a lot of people that say, oh, well, I'm not a therapist, so I'm not qualified to help you with this, usually are in that mindset of needing to fix it, providing a solution or providing a fix. And I want to be really, really clear, too. Therapists are not trained or educated on how to fix people's lives or tell them what to do to fix their lives. We don't get that. We don't get any kind of that education or training. Mostly it's around diagnoses and different therapy models, like change your thoughts, managing emotions, improving your emotional state. I mean, that's really the lion's share of it. Reflective listening, all of that is the lion's share of what therapists are actually trained and educated to do. We don't provide. I don't necessarily provide fixes either. I like to do a life improvement plan with people, like what let's set a goal of what life can look like, so that you're not so full of hopelessness and despair. Let's fix this mess, right? But regular people, regular Jack and Jills, they have this notion that they need to fix them. They need to fix it. They need to solve a problem or provide a solution, and they feel completely inadequate to do that. And in many regards, that is accurate. Most of us are entirely inadequate and are unable to provide fixes and solutions, but that's not what's going to help them. So forget any notion. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of any notion of providing someone with a fix or a solution, or I'm going to solve your problem. I'm going to tell you what to do. And this is why we are exorbitantly lousy at helping each other, is because we're just always trying to fix each other, and that's not working. It doesn't work, right? And this is just one of those things, too, that most of us are doing without even questioning whether or not we should do anything different. So here's what you should actually do. Do not fix them. Do not tell them what to do. Do not tell them go do this or go do that or whatever. I think you should do this. I think you should do that. Don't do that. Emotionally support them. Give them eye contact. Dig deep and find some sincerity, and express caring towards them, love and support. You're important to me. I could not get along without you. I would be devastated to lose you. I'm sorry you feel that way. Take them to go get a taco. Go play some mini golf. Go to a movie. Spend time with them. Just be supportive. That's it. It's actually simple, and it's actually easy. Like, oh, you like Thai food? I like Thai food too. Let's go get some Thai food. And just talk to them. Just be people. Just be supportive. And let go of your need to say the right thing or say the perfect thing. Just be honest and sincere. Like, find what it is that you really want them to know or hear from you, and say that instead. And I really believe, like, collectively, if we had this skill, right? Because we're too busy these days. We're too busy criticizing a constant, endless, destructive culture of criticism, constant criticism that accomplishes nothing. Actually makes everything worse. Criticism might be useful if you're trying to identify a problem, but beyond that, it's useless. This endless barrage of criticism that we face on the internet day in and day out is, not to mention this endless barrage of disgust that's expressed towards other human beings, and how so many people hate all the other people. And it's sad that this has become our norm. It really is. It's sad that we're not more altruistic and caring and supportive towards each other. And I'm not saying we always were, but it's worse now than I think it ever has been. So all of that being said, right? If you personally struggle with suicide too. I think it's important to let people know in our lives, like, I don't want to be fixed. I don't need you to provide a solution. In fact, let's be honest, when people try to fix it or fix us or tell us what to do or provide some sort of solution, we feel frustrated and we're less likely to talk to them again. We distance ourselves from them. It's like, well, I'm not going to talk to them again. Let's just be really honest about that, right? So what you can do too is just let people know, I don't want to be fixed. And I think the people who truly love us will hopefully be able to hear that and take that into consideration and say, okay, well, what do you need? I just need to feel cared about. I just need to feel like I'm not so alone, right? And especially I feel like as guys, we have a tendency to suffer alone. We tend to suffer in silence. I think we have pressure on we receive this pressure that we're just supposed to have our lives figured out, right? When we don't get mentored or talked to or guided or taught, right? We're just expected to do it all right, I feel like. But I realize that's not exclusive to males, but I do believe that males tend to suffer in silence. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this. I love viewer questions. It helps me kind of like line up some other content and videos. Okay, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff. You know what to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.